Much hyped, boxing savant Ryan Garcia is set to avenge his career's first loss on the 2nd of December. Standing in his way is one of his most dangerous opponents up till this point. Oscar Duarte is a real killer, and a shootout is going down at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Here's everything you need to know leading up to the fight. Ryan Garcia gets back on track. Ryan Garcia was born on August 8, 1998, in Victorville, California, to Henry Garcia and Lisa Garcia, both of whom were Mexican immigrants. He was born into a rather large family, as he has 3 sisters, Demi, Sasha, and Kayla, and a brother, Sean Garcia. Henry Garcia trained to be a professional boxer just like his sons Ryan and Sean would eventually become. However, for various reasons, probably including but not limited to having to take care of such a large family, he decided he'd rather be a trainer. And that's where his Ryan gets his inspiration and his first start in boxing. He began training under the wing of his father at the age of 5 and rose up in skill rather quickly. It all but ensured a move into competition boxing, and it started in 2008 from the age of 9. It was a long, hard amateur run, and it wasn't always smooth. The ultimate dream, however, was always a chance at the Olympics, and that would specifically be the 2016 Rio Olympics. Sadly, though, the Olympic dream never panned out, but even then, he left the amateur leagues in 2016 with the record of 215-15 and winning national-level amateur championships 15 times. The last of these came in 2015 and 2016, as he won 2 successive National Junior Golden Glove championships. He had already developed into an entertaining and formidable fighter, and since he was regularly competing in the highest tiers of the amateur scene, he faced quality opponents who will go on to achieve professional success themselves. Notable amateur defeats in his career came at the hands of Raymond Muratalla, Shakur Stevenson, Logan Yoon, and Devin Haney. He turned pro at the age of 17, with sheer motivation and a determination to become a world-class champion. Getting off to a good start, he won his debut in June 2016 within 94 seconds against Edgar Meza in Tijuana. He had his first 4 fights in Mexico while still 17, then made his U.S. debut 9 days after his 18th birthday in Los Angeles. What really made him a contender this early in his career was the chance to sign with Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy promotion in November 2016 when he was 6-0. He won his first pro title in his 11th bout in September 2017, just 15 months into his career, defeating Miguel Carrizosa within 30 seconds to win the NABF Junior Super Featherweight title. It was this performance that really made him famous in the USA. He went to work with the latter for the next 3 years, defeating opponents left and right and steadily improving his own rankings. One of his most spectacular fights came in 2020 when he faced Francisco Fonseca, who had a record of 25-2 before that fight. It was expected to be a mostly even fight, but Ryan Garcia shocked the audience by knocking Fonseca out within the first round. Scoring it just in time before COVID-19 hit, he created the conditions for widespread social media fame. Ryan Garcia's rapid rise to fame can be attributed to his impressive boxing career and his strategic use of social media. He has since built up an impressive following on social media, which benefits the marketing of himself as a competitive athlete. With 8.8 million followers on Instagram, 4.8 million followers on TikTok, and 100,000 followers on Twitter, which is unheard of for a boxer of his experience level, he was able to negotiate good fights and give himself generous fight purses. He was arguably at his absolute peak before this point when he won against Luke Campbell for the interim WBC lightweight title at Fantasy Springs Resort in Indio, California. The fight was originally scheduled for December 5, 2020, but was pushed back to January 2, 2021 due to Campbell contracting COVID-19. Despite that, it wasn't easy. In round 2 of his fight with Campbell, Garcia was knocked down for the first time in his professional career. He survived the knockout, as he got up shortly after hitting the canvas and then went on to knock Campbell out with a well-placed hook to the torso. It proved to be too much pain for Campbell to handle. Pun intended. This victory significantly boosted his profile and reputation in the boxing world. Most importantly, it served as great ammunition to be able to land the fateful fight with none other than Tank, Gervonta Davis. The drama leading up to the fight was intense, with a crowd of 20,000 watching them spat live before the actual fight. Sadly, when the moment of truth came, a 7th round left straight to the torso knocked him out of the fight, eerily similar to how he defeated Luke Campbell. Since the fight, Ryan Garcia has expressed his desire for a rematch with Gervonta Davis. He also mentioned that his loss to Davis woke something else up in him, implying that he is more motivated than ever to improve and win in future fights. And you can take some guesses as to how he's prepping himself to face Oscar Duarte. Oscar Duarte eyes his prey. Oscar Duarte Gerardo was born in Parral, Chihuahua, Mexico in 1996 to parents Elva Duarte and Jose Duarte. He was one of 3 siblings, the others being his brothers Yamil and Carlos. Unlike Ryan Garcia, Oscar Duarte had a gradual start to boxing, since his parents seemed to be everyday people. Jose Duarte was probably not involved in the practice of the sport, unlike Henry Garcia. So the first time Oscar Duarte stepped into a boxing ring was at 11 years old, when his friends invited him to a gym for sparring and to hang out. And it seems that was ultimately what made history, as he found himself deeply engrossed in training and becoming a skilled young boxer. Unfortunately, there's not much information available about these early years, but according to his webpage on Golden Boy Promotions, it's written that boxing seemed like Duarte's life calling ever since, and he went on to claim 5 state championships, 5 regional championships, 4 national titles, and a bronze medal, all in Mexico. He developed a powerful and hard-hitting boxing style throughout those experiences, and with that, he went pro in 2013. His professional career started strongly, with the second-round knockout over Jesus Reyes in 2013. While his only fight of 2014 resulted in a draw with Rodolfo Zermeno, Duarte returned to the ring in 2015 with a technical knockout of Yasiel Duran and a decision over Alejandro Salinas in August, landing himself a promotional contract with Golden Boy Promotions, which is the same promotion backing as his opponent, Ryan Garcia. His 2017 fight against Juan Jose Montes, which saw him send Montes off the ring in pain after the 4th round, still stands today as one of his best fights ever. Unfortunately, when it came time to contend for a regional title belt, he lost in a split decision. This was the first fight against Adria Estrella, and it was super close. Many would probably score the fight for Duarte, as did Judge Rudy Barragan. Sadly, it remains a frustrating defeat and the only one in his career up till this point. Nevertheless, he continued on to have more spectacular fights, such as the one against Guillermo Avila Godinez in 2020, who he defeated with a crushing knockout in the 4th round. Similarly, he knocked out Javier Franco in the 3rd round during their 2022 fight. His most recent fight was a non-title bout against D'Angelo Keys on May 27, 2023, and he battered the challenger enough to make him quit in the 7th round. His only title so far is the North American Boxing Federation lightweight title that he won from Andres Garcia in 2020. For a boxer of his caliber, not having a world championship title is something that needs to be fixed. Fighters compared. Apart from his social media savvy, Ryan Garcia is an entertaining fighter since he is known for his speed and precision. Garcia is regarded as one of the most exciting prospects in world boxing, with his aggressive but somewhat measured style of fighting that involves quite a bit of step-up before he goes for devastating hooks and uppercuts. However, some critics have suggested that Garcia relies heavily on his hook, implying that he might be a one-trick pony. Despite this, Garcia has proven his skill in the ring time and time again, with a professional record of 23 wins, 1 loss, and 19 wins by KO. Since his fight with Gervonta Davis, though, many have been wondering just how much of a weak point his torso is, as it was a torso shot that knocked him out in the 7th round. He was also left reeling in significantly visible pain. On the other hand, having had his early beginnings in Mexico, Oscar Duarte is known for his constant forward motion and powerful blows, and his favorite right hand also delivers satisfyingly powerful jabs and crosses. He has a powerful frame, standing at a sturdy 5'9" with a reach of 71 inches. All combined, he's had a knockout rate of 75%, making him a scary opponent for any fighter who isn't durable or is unable to take many body shots. This is where Ryan Garcia may fall into trouble. It therefore stands to reason that Gerardo, despite having an 11-fight win streak since his loss in 2018, might have a challenging fight ahead of him due to Garcia's speed and skill. Then again, this is Oscar Duarte's very first time fighting on prime time, and the pressure may be overwhelming compared to the social media capital Ryan Garcia has. This also serves as an extremely powerful motivator for Garcia to commit to nothing less than a total dismantling of Duarte. On the topic of the fight not being made available for pay-per-view, Ryan Garcia has said that it shouldn't be locked behind a paywall. This suggests that there's a desire to make the fight accessible to as many fans as possible. Overall, Duarte has remained stoic and tight-lipped going into the fight, even as Garcia has publicly expressed nonchalance and made it seem that Duarte wouldn't be much of a fight. But make no mistake, Oscar Duarte wants nothing more than a chance at a world championship title, and he has no problem breaking through Ryan Garcia's fame for that. With such a charged and evenly matched fight ahead of us, we can only hope for the best fighter to win. Leave us a like and subscribe if you agree with our assessment of this showdown. We'll see you again when the dust settles on the canvas.